Hello there. Today I will talk why you should keep a gratitude journal. Now, you may wonder, maybe you never heard of it, maybe you just didn't care about it. A gratitude journal is yourself writing something you are grateful for that day. And you can write it on paper, in a notebook, on PC, you can write it wherever you want. You can just say it in your mind when you wake up, for example. But I myself, what I recommend you do, I recommend you write it on paper. It's much more personal, much more better, and just keep the log in there. It's much better. And you just write something you're grateful for that day. Let's give you an example. For example, I'm grateful for the chair I'm sitting on right now. I've been gifted this chair for a couple of years now, and it's still rock solid. It still stands. It's good. I like it. I find it very useful, and I would have been in a lot of pain for if it were to break. There you go. That's an example. Now, why I started, how I started it. I started it about a year ago. I've been hearing about it on the internet, and I eventually saw a specific YouTuber talking about it, praising it. And in the beginning, I was very skeptical. Like I was like, this guy's on something. He's like on drugs or something. He's smoking. Like I just write every day something I'm grateful about, and the fuck is that? It was something very weird and awkward. But essentially, after seeing it a couple of times, seeing about it a couple of times, I thought to myself, why shouldn't I try it? Because all I got to lose, I was keeping a journal either way, so why not just write a few extra lines in there to see what will happen? And I started doing it, and after a few weeks, maybe a month, kind of like that, I started noticing effects. Some very good, some positive effects happened. For example, I was able to compliment people better. I used to suck ass at it. For example, to tell you about it, how I used to compliment people before. You know how when you're walking up to a dog and you're just doing that dog voice, that pet voice, and like, "You're a good boy, you're a good boy," and that stuff. Yeah, that's how I used to compliment people. When it was kind of awkward, kind of bad, like really low. Like that was insanely ass. Let me tell you that. And after starting to write down and think about stuff that I'm grateful for, I was able to notice better the things that people do, the things I do. For example, I was able to notice the effort people are putting in, like they're doing something extra, other job, for example. So at the place I was working at, we had a maid in there, which was taking care of the place, and she was doing extra stuff. Like sometimes she would just drop some extra food for me, like, here you go, I made this for you and all that. And usually I'll just take it for granted. But I realized that she put some extra effort, and I was really grateful for it. So I just will say to her, thank you, I appreciate it, I think you're cute, or something like that. I just wanted to drop some little compliments in there because I wanted to learn how to compliment, because it's a very useful skill. And gratitude journal helped a lot with noticing and making my compliments actually mean, like put some meaning behind it. And among the things that affected me positively would also be that my relationship with other people, with other friends, just got so much better. I used to be rather toxic around people. I guess this was because I was kind of competitive, I was playing too many video games, and it kind of took a toll. Honestly, I just will just see only the bad parts in other people and in my surroundings. So actually, noticing the good parts and not just the bad parts around me, made me also a much happier, cheerful person. And to put that in perspective, to give it an analogy, it will be like, let's say my mental state, my well-being, my train of thoughts is a garden, shall we? And in this garden, I have some flowers, which are the positive things, the good things, the things that I should be grateful for. And we have the weed, the empty ground, and other stuff in there. Those will be the negative parts, such as why do I have to wait in line so much? This guy is taking so much time, and why isn't my food ready yet? And all those bad thoughts, along with beating myself down, as in, I'm not good enough, why am I even trying? And I used to just look at the weeds, like, I'm not good enough, why am I doing this, and I should just give up. And I was focusing mainly about these thoughts, especially right before sleeping. It was kind of annoying, and I believe that, honestly, I think I was the most toxic person to myself, and it put me down kind of hard, kind of made me depressed as well, honestly. And thinking about the good stuff, being more grateful, would be looking at the flowers. So the flowers are the good things in life. For example, I managed, I learned how to talk with people better, how to be more open, how to work out on myself, how to make progress, how to appreciate more people. So coming back to the analogy, I was only looking at the weeds, and essentially my whole garden will be only weeds, because I only look at the weeds. I see only the weeds, so it was just weeds all over. But if once I turned my face around and started looking at my flowers and started taking care of them, tending to them, I noticed that you can make life beautiful. Life is pretty beautiful if you put the work in it, and I did. And I'm much more grateful for the people that helped me, my surroundings, and where I am currently. I may not be in the best spot. I am still recovering. I should say that I'm still in a progress, in a journey of bettering myself still. I have made good progress. I realize that I made good progress, and I want to keep on doing it because it just makes life so much better. And I wish that you can do the same. Now, why you should keep it one? Also, I have I have read studies about about keeping a gratitude journal. So not only the things I enlisted, people have also found that, studied that it also helps with sleep, the relationships with people around you, and not only that, actually, why don't I cheat a bit in here? So it also helps with health. I will post, I will add these studies on the description below. I also recommend checking the first link down below. I believe it will be useful. And to give you some tips, some advices on how to keep one, how I'm doing it myself, I set an alarm. So I have an alarm which goes at 8 in the night, the hour 20, and I have this alarm set to ring off and remind me it's time to write in your journal, it's time to write your gratitude journal. So I may not honestly do it every day. I have to admit that life gets in the way sometimes, but I do hold it, keep it quite often, and write about it. Now, something else you can also do about it, you can put it at the end of one of your habits. Let's say, for example, how I used to do before this. When I will wake up, I will go to the bathroom, I will take a piss, I will brush my teeth, wash my face, and when I get back, I would do some light exercises, just some push-ups, a bit of running. And after I was done with those, I would write down in my journal and also my gratitude journal. But I realized that it's much better to do it in the night, at least for me, because it's much easier to talk about and actually write down what happened throughout the day because it's still fresh, I should say. And since I'm talking about it, I might as well show you it. Like, let me show you. So I haven't written today yet because it's kind of started recording this video, but this will be it. Like, this was how many days ago? 1 week ago, actually. So see, up here, I write down what I'm grateful for. So last time I said that I'm grateful for the glasses that I got. I can see much better with them. Boom, just that easy. And then over here is the journal that I wrote down. So I just say what happened that day. So essentially over here I wrote down that I went to a friend's birthday. Now let's also, since I'm at it, I'm very curious what I wrote down on my first entry. So let's go back on this thing. Because let me tell you, I'm a bit curious now that I'm about it. Now that I'm on it. Okay, oh, here you go. So I wrote it down the first time on the 1st of the 7th month. So that would be July, 1st of July. So on the 1st of July, I wrote down that I am grateful for my stepdad for helping me out and treating me like his son, and that he's with me. That will be the first entry of my journal. And then I just kept on writing down about my friends, about myself that I'm grateful for. Very nice. Now, I wish to say thank you for watching. I hope that you found this silly video helpful, and maybe it will help you at least try this for a few weeks. You will have nothing to lose. Just spend 5 minutes. I totally recommend it to you, and I wish that you can keep it. Now, thanks again for watching. I appreciate it, my friend, and I wish you a great rest of the day.